Hello, it's Delia. Thanks for joining me. Today is topic is that negative self-talk. And I had sent a link to a group of you to join, and then it didn't work. So I'm going to do this recording anyway, and then you can listen and check in as you are able to. So, we're going to talk about those negative, mean things that you say to yourself, that we all say to ourselves. We're enculturated to do that. And so often we use the negative self-talk as a way to navigate, to course correct, to keep us going in the right direction, to keep us from getting too big for our britches, or keep us down to earth, keep us grounded. There's lots of kind of rationalizations that we use around beating ourselves up. And let's face it, we get a lot of training and support from that, from the culture and family, friends, and everybody else. You know, it's so, I mean, it's just so ubiquitous. It's so much the water we swim in. So another interesting thing to me about the negative self-talk is that a lot of us use it. Let me rephrase that. A lot of us think that that is how we tell ourselves the truth. So in my own history, I had a father who, you know, was in World War II. He was a Marine. He knew how to do a bunch of stuff. He was really great at a bunch of stuff. And parenting was not one of those things. He got sober when I was 3, and so his rule book for how to live was AA, the big book of AA, and that was the closest he had to any kind of training or orientation about being a leader with a, you know, with a small child. He had a lot of kids, and you know, he knew how to control, with a capital K, as I call it, and he knew how to intimidate, and you know, he knew how to be a Marine sergeant, but he didn't know how to be a dad, and I think he didn't really know how to be a man. He knew how to be a certain kind of man. He knew how to be a man who was a soldier and how to keep his troops alive, but he didn't know how to be all of himself, which probably is why this work is so important to me. So I was, I don't know, 11, and I was in trouble for, you know, being 11. And I was a pain in the ass too, so don't get me wrong. But he said to me, and I'm sure he only said this to me once in my life, but it like burned in because there was so much other energy like this that was going in our Irish Catholic household. And the thing that he said was, if you're not crying, you're not telling yourself the truth. I mean, whoa, right? And what a bomb to give an 11-year-old, you know, an Irish Catholic 11-year-old run of the litter. You know, it was amazing, but it burrowed in. I mean, there were so many fingers of resonance in the rest of my experiences in my life at going to Catholic school. You know, in Catholic school, you don't just disrupt the class, you insult God when you act up, right? So it was very thick. It was a very thick kind of growing up. And most everybody does have an equally thick kind of growing up in different flavors with different ethnicities and different foods, but still thick. Anyway, that was the way it got to me, but it, you know, some version of it probably got to you. And anyway, so if you have a belief that, and it's been handed to you, that if you're not in pain, you're not telling yourself the truth, then critical self-talk is not just critics like reasoning critical thinking is like supposedly dispassionate reasoning, right? Which there's a place for, it's a great thing. But really what we do is critical, as in criticize, as in judge and tear down. And there's a lot of places in the world, in our lives right now, where judging and tearing down are very culturally supported. And it's recognized as your way of participating, and it shows what you believe in by what you criticize, and it shows what a good person you are and what you believe in by what you rebel against and resist. So there's lots of places in our everyday life where what you're against, and therefore judging and criticizing, is imperative and very important to communicate who you are and what your values are. I've been in office situations, I've been in corporate situations, even working in the government, and just along with a lot of other people, where if you were not critical and if you weren't judging and using discernment and all that kind of stuff, there's no opportunity to show to demonstrate your contribution. So there's lots of ways that our entire culture hinges on criticizing and judging. So that's true, and it's not an excuse. It's just like letting you be aware of the water we swim in, because a lot of times when it's as ubiquitous as the water we swim in, we can't see it. So just to validate that is part of it. And as I've been talking, it may have reminded you of other things, and you might have other kind of pinging going on in your brain about, oh yeah, I got it from this. I mean, my mother was that way, my father was that way, my mother was that way about my father was that way about my mother. It can be all kinds of things. And we do it a lot in friendships even. A lot of friendships have to do with kind of us against them, right? So we're this way and they are that way. And so we can make separations and be better than, because that's the other part of all of this, is that our culture is, firmly built on the bedrock of competition. It's like a religion in this country. And who's better than who? And whenever you have, there's competition like sports, which is a really overt and obvious version of competition. But there's also competition in, every girl knows about the competition about your hair, your weight, or the boys, or whatever from grade school. But the simplest way to understand competition is whenever somebody or something has to be better than somebody or something else, right? You could see it like a teeter-totter, right? And whenever something or somebody is better than or worse than somebody or something else, it's competition. I point that out because when you notice that you're doing competition, you can just, we'll do a technique in a little bit. We'll do some blowing roses, and you'll learn how to once you become aware, oh, there's competition going on, then you can blow roses just to release it, because you don't need to be navigating from that. Okay, so how this shows up for you in your negative self-talk may be, who do you think you are? Don't get too big for your britches. What makes you think you can do that? What makes you think anybody wants to read your book? What makes you think anybody wants to hear your point of view? And it can be kind of negating, and it can be obliterating, right? Every time you get excited about something, and then you start to really think about it, and you start to think about how this really could happen, and then the whole story of your life rushes up and says, oh, it certainly can't happen, because what you're conceiving of here, what you're dreaming of here, has no relationship to how your life has always been, and how your life has always been has to be the truth about your life, which it's not. Another way negative self-talk can show up is maybe other people did say things to you. You're too small, you're a girl, you're not smart enough, all the stuff that we've heard, right? But think about what versions have you heard the most? And chances are, if you've heard them and they were very hurtful, it went in really deep because it was your mom or your sister or somebody that you really cared about, or a teacher, somebody who was really important to you, then we often will take that into our body and kind of make it true, right? So if you heard that you weren't smart or that you were stupid, right, then you might have a real sensitivity around how intelligent you are. You might have 15 degrees. You might have responded to that in any number of ways. And if you're still carrying it with you, you may still be trying to prove that you're smart, or really what you're trying to prove is that you're not dumb, right? And whatever you're proving or disproving, you're in resistance, right? Because what is, just is. You're as smart as you are, and if you're smarter or not as smart, it doesn't mean all those things that supposedly it means. It doesn't mean any of those things. So if you're spending your time and your energy and your thought processes trying to prove that you're not dumb or to prove that you're smart, this has probably been ingrained, and you've been doing it for so long, you may not recognize it as not yours. But here's a handy way to know if it's yours or not. Your energy, the energy of you, the true spirit, the infinite part of you, the real you that has had lots of lifetimes and that lovingly created this body in this lifetime for an adventure. Your energy feels absolutely yummy to your body. When you're experiencing your energy, you will be both energetic and relaxed. You'll be breathing deeply and easily. You'll have plenty of energy to get up and go and do anything, and you're not compelled either. It's just this real powerful peacefulness. And when you're in your energy, when your energy is moving through you, you're inspired and you're happy. Your body smiles a lot, and there's lots of possibilities, and a lot of things sound good. And the things that don't sound good, you just let go of. It doesn't matter that it doesn't sound good. You just go to the stuff that does sound good. And really the thing that I've seen the most in people is that the body smiles or laughs because your energy is so yummy. I mean, think about it. As an infinite being, we'll put this in time and space language. You went through the time and trouble to create this amazing body and situation to be born into, to carry you, the infinite being, into the world. And so your body, your beautiful, amazing body, is your spirit's soul mate for this lifetime. How fabulous is that? And so when you, the spirit, are in and around your body and you're being your infinite self, your body is just naturally going to smile or laugh because it feels good. And it feels good in kind of that that meat and potato kind of way instead of the, Oreos and Fritos kind of way. It feels good in a substantial, sustaining, nurturing kind of a way, which is a lot more fun. Hot fudge sundaes and Fritos are fun too, but it's not sustaining and it's not really great for you. And having your energy in your body is really great for you. Your body, the cells of your body are actually calibrated to the vibration of you, the spirit. And so whenever you're feeling you, the time we most feel ourselves is when we're in love. That in love period where the colors of the world get brighter and everything really is possible. That is how you feel. That's how your energy feels. That's how your body and your soul's energy, that's how you feel. Unstoppable, anything is possible. You can't fail. Everything's going to work. The universe is on your side. The universe has your back, and it's just oneness. That's really how you feel. And in our wacky culture, the only time we're allowed to really feel how we feel, have the sensation of what our energy vibrates like, right, is when we're falling in love. And the truth of it is, that's the way our bodies respond to our energy, because we're built for ourselves. And body is soul's mate for this lifetime. So if you're having an experience of something that's draining or icky or mean, it's not you. You're familiar with it, and you heard it when you were 2 years old, and so you've been listening to it so long that you think it's yours, but it's not yours. Anything less than yummy doesn't belong to you. You have opted for it, and you have assigned it to you, and you have described it as you, and you have allowed it to be your limit because you have defined yourself with it, but it's not actually yours. How cool is that? So there's something like 98% of our thoughts and emotions don't even belong to us. And that's part of the reason why we find ourselves on the hamster wheel of trying to figure stuff out, is because we cannot process another person's energy or entity or energies and thoughts, and the thoughts turn into energy. So it's the same thing. So if you're, hi Maribeth, if you are constantly trying to figure something out, you're already a very smart person. I'm here to tell you, if it was figure-outable, you'd have taken care of it a long time ago. Most of the time, that stuff that we can never figure out, that we can never move, that stuff that we can't shift, it's because it doesn't even belong to us. So I'm going to teach you a couple of techniques, and we're going to do some clearings and start to move out some of this stuff. If it's safe, don't do this when you're driving, but go ahead and close your eyes and take a couple of nice, deep cleansing breaths. And you're not trying to be aerobic or anything like that. As you're breathing, you're just wanting to come into your body more. Yeah, your body might want to move some energy. Yawning is great. Burping, good, body. And just be aware of the sensations in your body. Start with your head. Notice how your head and your skull feel in the back of your head. And your neck and shoulders. You don't need to judge or change anything. Just be aware of the sensations that your body's having. And greet it with, an appreciation. Kind of like, hello, body, how you doing? Yeah, so be aware of your throat and your shoulders and down your arms and down your chest and your torso down your tummy to your hips and down your legs to the tips of your toes and the tips of your fingers and the tips of your hair and tips of your ears and the tippy top of your head. Good. Body. Just be aware of your whole body in this moment. And really have a lot of gratitude and appreciation for your amazing body. Good body. Beautiful. And now just be aware of where your seat meets the chair and your thighs on the chair. Just be aware of that contact point where your body meets the chair and notice the sensation there. Might be pressure, might be heat or cool. And just become aware of an energy cord that's going from your body down, down, down to the center of the earth. And this energy cord is as big as the chair you're sitting on, holding you up, as well as allowing your system to release any energies that are no longer for your greater good. Just allow all that energy to go down your grounding cord. The center of the earth, the master repurposer. Good body. And now out in front of you, create the mental image picture of a rose and see the beautiful flower of the rose and the hip where it connects to the stem. And appreciate your beautiful rose. And now, on the count of 3, destroy it like a firecracker. 1, 2, 3. And create another rose. And appreciate your beautiful creation. And blow it up like a firecracker. And again, create a rose and appreciate your creation. And blow it up like a firecracker. All right, so continue to create and destroy roses. And I'll tell you a little about what you're doing. First of all, don't be concerned if you can't see them. Trust me, you're doing this anyway, because I'm feeling the energy move. That's what all this yawning is about. So every time you create and destroy a rose, it's an energetic technique that helps your whole system, including your physical body, release energies that are no longer for your greater good. And these are either energies that have never belonged to you, but you've had them for a long time, so you think they belong to you, or energies that are in your own system that it's time to let go of. Yes, like that. So creating and destroying, they're each just as easy because energy never dies, it just changes form. So it's as though the little molecules come together and agree to hold hands to make the size and shape and color of this beautiful rose that you've created. And then when you poof like a firecracker, they just stop holding hands and the molecules go around to another job. So just create, destroy, create, destroy, create, destroy, create, destroy. This is easier when you have your eyes closed and you just create, destroy, knowing any energy that's no longer for your greater good just naturally goes down your grounding cord. Whew, good body. Y'all are moving a lot of energy. All right. So continue to create and destroy roses, and we're just going to look into this negative self-doubt and self-talk and second-guessing that goes on. And we're going to clear some of this energy. So you can just follow along and create and destroy roses. And if your body gets nervous at all, or if you feel agitated at all, just have your hands on your legs and just pat the body. Just I call it that because it sounds better than rub your leg. But you know how when you're talking to a friend, you just kind of rub back and forth, you know, like good friend, right? Like, I know you got this. And so just have that kind of energy as you have your hands on your legs. And just continue to breathe and create and destroy roses. Okay. So everywhere in your system that you have a conclusion, decision, assumption, instruction or projection that says that you are not to be trusted, you don't know enough, you can never know enough, you're just a girl, you're just a kid, you're just a guy, you're just this, you're just that, that you have nothing to offer, you came into this world as blank slate and you're still a blank slate, and the only thing that you have to offer is that you can remember the stuff that you're told and then spit it back out when they want you to. So everywhere that you have the lie that says that you are nothing and that you're blank and that you have nothing to offer, and everywhere that you have bought into that, are you ready to recant, rescind, destroy, and uncreate all that times a gazillion? Whew, yes, excellent. Yeah, if you say yes, as we're going along, if you say yes out loud, that's really helps you to participate in this. All right, create and destroy roses. All right, so all of the contracts that you have with that energy, everywhere that you and that energy have a contractual agreement that says that you're going to buy into it completely, and that by buying into those lies completely, they're supposed to protect you or help you in some way, and they're supposed to help you navigate the social aspect of life and to be kept around because you're agreeing or complying with these lies that we've just cleared. So everywhere that you've been keeping these contracts in place by aligning or agreeing or rebelling and resisting, and all of the loyalty oaths and vows written in blood, written in stone that you've ever taken to other people so that they will keep you around, all of the marriage vows, religious vows, sacred vows, familial vows, spells, incantations, and all other bindings that I haven't mentioned from this or any other body, lifetime, universe, or dimension. Are you now ready to recant, rescind, destroy, and create all that times a gazillion? Create, destroy roses? Whew, yeah. All right, now, all the helper beings that you've hired to keep that energy in place, supposedly to keep you safe, but now it just keeps you held down. Are you ready to fire and release all of them so that, and you, so all of you can go off and create something a lot more fun? Good. Create and destroy roses, pat your good sweet body. So all the helper beings stand forward. It's time for you to think to release. We're going to clear your amnesia so you can go. All contracts are hereby terminated, completed, null, void, destroyed, uncreated. Whew. All right. Create and destroy roses. Helper beings. Turn to from whence you came, never do return. Turn to from whence you came, never do return. Turn to from whence you came, never do return. Turn to from whence you came, never do return. Turn to from whence you came, never do return. Whew. Silver. So So just bringing in this beautiful silver sparkle, this supreme being energy. Just allow it to come all through your system, clearing out where that other energy had been so it can never return to that spot. Your gold, highest healing vibration for you in present time. Just allow your body to vibrate at that rate. And affinity pink. It's like a pink cloudy hug for every cell and atom of your body and being. Now just take a nice deep breath and fill in with your energy. That yummy you, that infinite being you. Whew, yeah. Good body. All right, continue to create and destroy roses. And if your body requires, just kind of stretch and move. Maybe lean forward and put your head down towards your feet and just kind of shake around. Just allowing your system, your whole system, to release the energies. Yeah. Okay, let's see what else you have here. Moving lots of energy. Y'all are doing great. Create and destroy roses. All right, so everywhere in your system that you have a conclusion, decision, assumption, instruction, or projection that says that you have to wait your turn. You cannot show initiative that's rude or arrogant or stepping on other people's toes. Who do you think you are? So everywhere that you're waiting for permission so that you can move forward and do what you already can perceive needs to be doing. And everywhere you're holding yourself back and holding yourself down for other people's comfort or waiting for them to catch up, but always under the guise of you're waiting for permission. So everything that is from this and any other body, lifetime, universe, or dimension, will you recant, rescind, destroy, and uncreate at all times a godzillion? Whew, yes, excellent. And all the contracts that you have with this energy, and everywhere that you have agreed to not take your turn, but wait for your turn, and everywhere you have agreed that somebody else is the one that will tell you when you can stand forward. And everywhere that you've been doubting you because you haven't gotten the green light yet. Will you destroy and uncreate at all times the godzillion? Yeah. Create, destroy roses. Yeah. All right, so everywhere that you are using second guessing yourself as a way to fit in, because if you weren't second guessing yourself, you would be marching forward and making changes left, right, and center, and the people in your life would not like it. So everywhere that you're using second guessing yourself as a way to make other bodies comfortable, no matter how discomfortable it makes your body, and everything that is, we destroy and uncreate at all times a godzillion. Create and destroy roses. We're so imaginative. We're so creative. All right, create, destroy roses. So everywhere that you have used self-criticism as your primary navigational tool, along with judgment, and everywhere that you have the lie belief that says that if you're not navigating your life through criticism and judgment, then you're off the rails, you're off the reservation, and you're wild and crazy and uncontrollable, like that's a bad thing. And everything that doesn't allow you just to destroy and uncreate at all times a godzillion. Create, destroy roses for that. Whew, yeah. Good body. Yeah. All right, so everywhere that you are using second guessing yourself as a way to distract yourself from moving forward. And everything that is, we destroy and uncreate at all times a godzillion. Whew. And everywhere that you're using negative self-talk as a way to prove your, what I call your good citizenship, to prove you're a good person, to prove that you're smart and aware of everything, to prove that you are considerate and conscientious. Everywhere that you're using self-criticism as a way to be a better version of you that somebody else wanted you to be, known or unknown, from this or any other body, lifetime, universe, or dimension. Are you now ready to recant, rescind, destroy, and uncreate all that times a godzillion? Oh, good body. Yeah. Create and destroy roses, create and destroy roses, create and destroy roses. Good body. All right. So go ahead and relax your focus and rub your legs, pat your body. And go ahead and bend over again and just lean over as far as you can. And just allow your system to release all that excess energy off your neck and shoulders. Good bodies. Man, y'all moved a lot of energy. And just kind of shake around and whatever your body needs to just kind of release, release, release. Good body. Yeah, good body. And when you're ready, just sit up and create and destroy a few more roses. Have your eyes closed, and now just allow the timeline to show up in front of you, and directly in front of you is right now. Whatever that looks like, whatever that means, just allow it to happen. You're already doing it as I say it. And just as you're creating and destroying roses, just allow yourself to observe and watch as your higher self and the universe start to load up your timeline with these beautiful gold and pink sparkles. Noticing that you're watching the universe and your higher self conspire on your behalf, bringing you all the amazing people, places, and things, possibilities you haven't even imagined yet. Bringing them into your Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday and Friday and Saturday and Sunday. Into your morning, noon, and night. Into your commute, into your time at your office. into your lunches and dinners and breakfasts, into all your relationships. Just notice that all of these sparkles, this is your higher self and the universe conspiring on your behalf to bring out the magic and the wonder and the infinite possibilities that are true for you. Just allow your body to really grok and see, really understand and feel, sensate how much the universe is on your side, how much your higher self and the universe are constantly conspiring on your behalf. Good body. And just continue to create and destroy roses, barriers down, barriers down, barriers down, all levels, layers, and dimensions, barriers down. There's no need for barriers to your own highest self in the universe. Good body. All right, so just create and destroy roses, relax your focus, pat your beautiful body. And when you're ready, open your eyes, looking forward to the days and weeks' adventures. Thank you. Thank you so much for being here. This was so great. You did so well. You moved so much energy. Yeah, so just as you go forward for the rest of the day and tomorrow and the next day, just be curious to see how much you don't buy the self-talk anymore, the negative self-talk. Notice how it's not as engaging as it used to be. It's not as convincing as it used to be. And notice how second guessing yourself is boring and a distraction you don't need anymore. Yeah, just pat your body and create and destroy roses. And be curious about what does being on your side really look like? And enjoy the adventure. All right, thanks so much for being here. I'll see you later.